Friends, we are discussing about the Guru devotion, relying upon the Guru by the disciples. That is the basic foundation of all spiritual journey in the Mahayana Buddhist teaching. And this subject was discussed in 5 chapters or in 5 points. The first was to describe the characteristic of the Guru, to describe the required qualification to become a Guru, and the second to describe, to define the characteristic or the qualifications of the discipleship, to become a disciple in the sense of a religious tradition, Buddhist religious tradition. And then the third is what are the benefits of the rely upon Guru or having devotion to the Guru. And the fourth is what are the faults, what are the demerits of not having Guru devotion or rely upon the Guru. And the fifth is how to really rely upon the Guru or having proper devotion to the Guru. So this 5 chapter gives the entire structure, how to analyze, how to cultivate the Guru devotion in one's own mind. So this is important to have the structure, and then it will be easy to practice. So we have discussed all the first 4, and the 5th is how to rely upon the Guru or how to have a Guru devotion. And in that we have divided into 2 subsections. The first is how to have a Guru devotion in thought, or how mentally develop a faith in the Guru. And the second is how to bring it in practice, how to have a rely upon teacher, rely upon Guru through practice. So in Tibetan, the Sambe Tenzin and Gyütö Tenzin. So these 2 subchapters to describe or to define how to have a Guru devotion, mentally and physically, or mentally or behaviorally, or mentally or in action, whatever it may be. Easy to understand. So the first one was already discussed, and now we are discussing the second one, how to have a Guru devotion in action, in relationship, so to speak, physically, vocally. So in this, the Guru Panchika have a sum up, says, in action, whatever can please the Guru, one should do all these things. Whatever displeases the Guru, one should not do them. One should refrain from doing all these things. So this is a sum up of the devotion in action. And for that matter, there are three doors or three ways, to please the Guru, and also the three ways you may commit some displeasure to the Guru. So the first is offering material things. Offering material things means in ancient India, pre-Buddhist tradition, the Gurus used to have some kind of role. The disciple should offer some kind of material thing, which is called in Sanskrit Guru Dachana, gift to the Guru. This is not necessary in the Buddhist tradition, but a disciple in the practice of Guru devotion, if Guru needs something and one is able to, one is in the capacity to offer some material things, then one should offer. So this is the first way, the Guru devotion in practice. And material things can be anything, food, cloth, or other daily necessary things, big and small, or any kind of material which is to be offered to the teacher. And if one is capable of offering good quality things, they should do that. And one is not able to costly things, then they can also offer whatever they afford to offer. And that is one of the ways to please the Guru. And the second is to assist or to serve physically or otherwise also the whatever Guru needs to help, and do a kind of physical assistance, and to help in any way the teacher, the Guru needs that kind of service, and that is the second thing. And the third and the most important thing is to obey whatever the Guru gives the instructions. One must do in accordance with the Guru's wish or Guru's instruction, Guru's teaching. Someone received instruction, teaching, then do not practice them, do not bring them in, put them in practice or in the life, then there's no use for the Guru and for the disciple as well. So the devotion in practice, in the three ways of doing that, the third one is the most important. And Tsongkhapa has quoting many scriptures to prove that this is most important. Whatever Guru says, one must implement them. one must do them in accordance to the Guru's instruction or Guru's teaching. And that is even you don't have any material thing to be offered, and you are not nearing to the Guru, so you are not able to do any service. Yet you are implementing the instructions of Guru on your own life. That is the sufficient to fulfill the Guru devotion through action. And here one question, important question arises. If any Guru tells you which is not in accordance with the Dharma and which is not appropriate morally or ethically, the Guru says in certain circumstances you should do some negative thing which are against the dharmic principles or immoral. The Guru tells the disciple to do some harm, some violence, some other. And in that case, you should have the capacity to discriminate what the Guru have told you is right or wrong, so that your own intelligence should have the capacity to discriminate it. And by discriminating it, the whatever is not appropriate, not in accordance with the dharmic principles, then you should politely deny to obey them, do them. So this is very clearly instructed in the Vinaya Pitaka by Buddha himself, that saying that a thing which is against the Dharma, then you should refuse to do it. And that also should do in an appropriate way, in a humble and polite way, and should give explanation. The Guru Panchika have said that if something is beyond your capacity or something is not appropriate, then you should explain to the Guru why you are not doing or why you are not able to doing it. So by explaining them, you can refuse it. In that case also, there are many exceptions. For example, the Tilupa asked Narupa to do something inappropriate, socially not acceptable. Yet the Narupa understood that it is okay to doing it. So particularly in the teaching of Vajrayana, then some certain special cases, even the Guru tells you something apparently against the dharmic principles, yet you shall have to do that. So therefore, the disciple, as we discussed before, the disciple must be intelligent and rational. Intelligent, rational, not only for the understanding of the general teaching. Intelligence and rational to discriminate what the Guru tells you is okay if you obey it, or it is not okay you obey it. So this kind of discrimination, you must have the wisdom to do that. So this is the three ways of how to having Guru devotion in action. So I think we have roughly completed the subject of Guru devotion in accordance with the Lamrim teachings. So all the 5 chapters are more or less completed. Now we shall once again recap the whole subject once again, so that you will able to comprehend the whole thing in an appropriate way. So we discussed in the beginning what are the characteristics of a guru, and for that you need not meditate upon it for a long time, because it is just to remind, to analyze mentally. If you have already established guru-disciple relationship to any of your guru, then it is not appropriate you to examine whether the guru has possessed all these qualifications or not. You shall have to take him for granted. All your gurus has already possessed all the characteristics which we have discussed before in accordance with the Maitrinath's Sutra Alankar, the 10 qualifications. If you are considering to become a disciple of some new guru, then you must try to examine whether the prospect of the guru does have these qualifications, or even they do not have all the qualifications, they have some important of them. And the basic question is whether if you become disciple of that guru, will you able to have a complete devotion and faith in that person. If you have doubts, then better not to establish the relationship as guru and disciple. The person may be used as a dharma friend and discuss things. Otherwise, the discipleship, accepting discipleship, must be started when you have the confidence that I will be able to have devotion to this person. Then it's also need to analyze and to see if one is becoming to a guru to someone, or some disciple is looking to you to become a guru, then you must examine it for yourself whether you possess those qualifications. If you possess them, it's okay. If you do not possess them, then you should try to cultivate them and acquire them. Otherwise, better not to take any disciple. So to become guru is more responsibility than to become a disciple. Then everyone is a disciple to some of the gurus. So therefore, one must be analyze oneself whether you possess the 5 requisite qualifications as we have discussed earlier. So if you do have those qualifications, then it is okay. If you do not have some of them or lacking them, then as a religious practitioner, as a Dharma practitioner, you must try to develop them as early as possible, because these qualities are not only to becoming disabled to someone or anyone, but this is required for learning the Dharma, learning any kind of subject, particularly spiritual path, the Dharma. You must have an unbiased mind and a discriminating and rational and intelligent mind, and having a desire, willingness to learn or to study. So then respect to the teacher and the subject of teaching, and able to focus entire your mindset on that subject of the Dharma. So if these things are absolutely necessary, not only for a discipleship, but for any kind of study or learning, and particularly learning in the spiritual path. So if you are lacking any of these qualities, then you should try to develop them in your mind, cultivate them within you, and take them as a way of life. And therefore, you will become a real qualified person to receive teaching from a guru, or to learn the Dharma from the scriptures or from the books by yourself. So in any way, this is absolutely necessary. Particularly the unbiased mind and discriminative intelligence. This is very necessary. Otherwise, you might be fall into the blind faiths or having misunderstanding of the teachings. So therefore, this is very necessary. A learning person, particularly in the Dharma or spiritual path, the inquisitiveness, questioning, not easy to satisfy by any kind of general statement. All the statements must be rationally, logically examined very thoroughly, and thereafter you will be able to understood them appropriately. So therefore, this is absolutely necessary. Then thereafter, in the sequence of practicing the Guru devotion, then you should consider all the benefits as we have discussed earlier. And you should read the Lamrim treatises, whatever language you are able to reach. And these days, most of the Lamrim literature are being translated into Western languages. And must take one of the test as your kind of basic test, so that you can have a foundation, you can have a proper kind of reference, and then read them over and over again. And if there's something which is difficult to understand, then you should take help from the Guru or from the Dharma friends, so that having no confusion or no doubts in anything, that is most important before going into proper practice of meditation. Then thereafter, after analytical meditating on the merits of on the benefits of the Guru devotion, then the end of that analytical meditation, you should have a kind of logical conclusion that I must rely upon a Guru, and I have already this much Guru, I already established discipleship, and so considering these benefits, I must be properly rely upon them or properly having Guru devotion to them. So this should be a kind of logical conclusion, and that will cultivate your mind in the devotion. Then thereafter, you should also think briefly, analyze briefly the faults and the demerits of not having Guru devotion or not relying upon Guru. So thereby the logical conclusion at the end would be a determination that I will refrain from not having Guru devotion or not relying on Guru. So I must be refrain myself. If you don't have any Guru, then you should have a determination to search, to find out a proper Guru, and then having devotion to them, rely upon them, and receive teachings for your spiritual journey. So then, these are the preliminary things before you are entering into the basic subject of how to have a Guru devotion. That is the most important chapter in this sequence. The first chapters, the first 4 chapters are preparing your mind for the proper devotion. So therefore, these are preliminary things you should consider before. Then thereafter, the real chapter is how to have a Guru devotion, how to rely upon the Guru. And in that, we have already discussed 2 different chapters, how to have a devotion mentally, in thought, or how to translate it in action, in behavior, in relationship. So these 2 chapters are the real Guru devotion chapter, and that needs a lot of effort and time to meditate upon them. So it is not easy to cultivate. Once you have a proper Guru devotion in your mind, then the rest of the lamrim will become much easier in practice. So then the how to have a devotion mentally or in thought. So for that we discussed 3 subchapters, and these 3 subchapters are very important, and it should be considered over and over again and meditate upon it for a long period of time. And this is the first is training your mind the unshakable faith in the Guru. That is the root of Guru devotion. And in that, what kind of faith you have to cultivate? The faith is to perceive or to consider the Guru as a Buddha, not like Buddha, as a Buddha. The Guru is not different from Buddha. All the Buddhas are, in reality, there are no separation, no difference. All Buddha nature are in the realm of shunyata, in the realm of the tathata. They are inseparable. And Guru is also within that realm, within that part. So this is difficult to cultivate a mindset to see the Guru, which is apparently an ordinary individual like yourself, having all the good things and bad things as an ordinary human being used to have, and you are looking to your Guru in that situation, then how you can develop a mindset that see the Guru as a Buddha, perceive the Guru as a Buddha, not by imagination or a kind of just putting on them as a misconception or misconceive of something else. And in the mind, in the corner of mind, the Guru is not a Buddha. I know all the defaults of this Guru, but in order to achieve my own spiritual attainment, I must consider the Guru as a Buddha. So that is not the proper way to perceive the Guru as Buddha. The faith here, as I mentioned before, faith means confidence and real understanding. The Guru is not different from Buddha. Guru is Buddha. Buddha is Guru. So this kind of mindset is very difficult to develop because we are dealing with the Guru day to day as an ordinary person, and therefore how to project through imagination or through thought, that is superficial. In reality, Guru is Buddha, and that shall have to be understood. In this practice, among the past great teachers have two different ways to explain it. And some of the teachers says that the Guru may be Buddha or Guru may not be Buddha. That does not matter to the disciple. The disciple must be having faith in Guru as Buddha. So then it may not be the reality, or it may be reality, nobody knows, but the disciple must be seeing that Guru as Buddha. So you need not bother whether in reality the Guru was or Guru is Buddha or not, but you should perceive the Guru, you should conceive the Guru as a Buddha. That's one way. And the other way is, no, that is not appropriate. There's no doubt, in reality, Guru is the Buddha. So it is not a projected thing. It is not a thing which put on the Guru through your thought or through your imagination. If you analyze the Guru, you will find that Guru is the Buddha. So this is the two different ways. I do not say one is more authentic than the other is not authentic. Putua also says that the influence or the grace does not depend on the Guru, but it is depend on your faith. I'm just quoting the Tibetan version. So the Guru's influence or Guru's grace, more powerful or less powerful, that doesn't depend upon what is the Guru, but it depends upon, to the disciple, how you consider, how you perceive, how you see the Guru as Buddha. Then Guru will have a Buddha's influence. And if you say Guru is less than Buddha or Bodhisattva, something like that, the Guru's influence or grace will also remain according to your perception. So it is better to cultivate a mindset that it is not my thoughts projection, disciples' thoughts projection. It is in reality, Guru is Buddha. So how to prove that we discussed before? First of all, the Vajradhar or the Buddha Shakyamuni have repeatedly said that the Buddha will come in the shape of Guru in order to teach you. All those disciples who does not have the spiritual capacity to reach to the Sambhogakaya nature of Buddha or Dhammakaya nature of Buddha, or also not reach when the Buddha appeared into Uttam Nirmakaya. So for them, Buddha is acting through the teacher. Buddha comes in the form of the Guru. So therefore, from the references of the Buddha himself and in the Tantra, the Vajradhara himself have very clearly stated that the Gurus are manifestation of the Buddhas. And secondly, through logic, as we discussed before, the logic is that the Buddha's grace or Buddha's action does reach to us or does not reach to us. So we have to accept that the Buddha's action must reach to us, because the Buddhas have immeasurable, unqualified compassion to every sentient being. Any sentient being who is able to receive the teaching of Buddha, then the Buddha must reach out to them to give the teaching. If Buddha does not reach out to them to give the teaching, then the immeasurable loving kindness, compassion of the Buddha is not justifiable. So therefore, this logic that the Buddha is doing something for me, for my betterment, for my future life, for my enlightenment, and if I'm doing something and I'm getting the Buddha's action, I'm getting only through the Guru. I have no capacity to direct contact with any Buddha as a Sambhogakaya or as a Dharmakaya residing in various heavens. So therefore, the grace of Buddha, the action of Buddha reaching to me is through the Guru. So therefore, the Guru is the agent, the channel of the all immeasurable Buddhas. So if a Guru is a channel, then the channel can never be less than the Buddha. And the Buddha may not depend upon a channel through an ordinary person, unenlightened person. So this is a very powerful logic. So if you consider on this, then you will realize that Guru is Buddha. Then the confusion comes by remembering your experience of your Guru. My Guru is this and that, and he has this kind of shortcoming. He does not know this and that thing. The Guru is very short-tempered, and he also has some kind of mental developments which are quite clear. I have seen them, I have experienced them. So for this argument, then you shall have to argue to yourself that all your sensory perception or your thought imaginations not necessarily touch into the truth. Whatever you see, whatever you hear, whatever you feel, majority of them untrue, not touching the reality. Particularly to a person to person. If this is something is external object, a color or a shape, if you have an undamaged eye, you might be able to see them as they are. It is a sound. If your ear consciousness, your ear organ is undamaged, you can hear them as they are, and so on and so forth. But a person's inner qualities, external appearances, is very difficult to understand by anyone. You will feel that many other people misjudged you. You have not done anything wrong, but the people consider you have done something wrong, and you are being criticized. And you always feel, I have not like that. I didn't thought it. I didn't done it. I have not done that and this, but they are blaming me. So how these blames come? Because the others are not able to judge you in an appropriate way. Their concepts and their perception about you are not relying on rely upon what is, what you are. So, if this happened to oneself, then oneself can also misjudge the Guru. So therefore, whatever defects and whatever faults you are saying, you are conceiving, or you are perceiving to your Guru might have been necessarily, must have been a misconception, misperception, or wrong idea, not rely upon the reality of the Guru. So therefore, these three stages: first, establishing through the references of the Buddhas, and second, the teacher is the Guru is the channel or agent of all Buddhahood, through which you are being giving the benefits of the Buddha's divine influences, graces. And thirdly, what you have seen, the defaults on your Guru, must be untrue and you are misconceiving. So by this kind of analytical analyzation over and over again, then you will realize that the Guru is real Buddha. And this is the most difficult part of the Guru devotion. And you have to ponder upon it, analytical meditation, concentrative meditation, combining together and do again and over again. And then finally, you will develop, cultivate your mind, an unshakable faith in the Guru, saying that Guru is not separate or not different from all the Buddha nature. And then thereafter, to cultivate, to develop a sense of respect and nearness, emotionally nearness to the Guru, then one should consider the kindness which you received from the Gurus, from the Guru or Gurus. So there we discussed basically in Tibetan language, ordinary usage, we have an expression, threefold kindness, Kajin Sumden. So threefold kindness have different ways of interpretation, explanation. And basically here, the kindness of giving teaching, religious teaching, and the kindness of the influence one's own mind through grace and through prayers or through instructions. And third is also to help through material things or physical things, emotional things. So these are one set of threefold. And when we go to the tantric teaching, then in that the threefold would be who give you the initiation, the abhishek, first of all, And the third is to explain the test of Tantra. And second is that the third is to give you the secret techniques how to practice the Tantrayan, Vajrayan. So these three. Or in Paramityan, who give you ordinations and who teach you the treatises and who give you the oral transmission of the scripture. So three sets of the kindness which one receives from the teacher, and thereby the teacher become more kind than the past Buddhas and even the Shakyamuni Buddha. So at this moment, the disciple oneself considering one's own situation, not able to taught and get enlightened by all the innumerous past Buddhas, and even the Shakyamuni Buddha, we are not able to reach when he was appeared in this world. And now, in a very dark period of time, so I was able to receive the real teaching of Buddha Shakyamuni. So therefore, the Guru is most kindness and who have much more a kind of act upon me. So I must be feel respectful, and I must feel so obliged. I must feel attached and near to my Guru. So this is how to mentally cultivate the devotion to the Guru. And after certain period of time, you meditate upon to create a faith to the Guru and to remembering Guru's kindness. Then through this two way of cultivation or way of mental practice, you will have unshakable faith to the Guru, same Guru as Buddha, and then remembering all the Guru's kindness. So this is the how mentally relying upon or mentally devotion to the Guru. And then the third chapter, as we discussed before, is 9 different attitudes. This different attitude, 9 different attitudes, which are explained in the Gandhabur Sutra by Buddha Shakyamuni, is all metaphoric things, and these attitudes can be developed once you have the basic faith as a root and remembering of the kindness as supplementary. Then you are dealing with the Guru, you will have those mental attitudes as we discussed before. So these mental attitudes are basically to have a unwavering, unshakable faith into the Guru. So by that, the disciple become completely relying upon, depend upon the teacher. So therefore, then these attitudes need not cultivate separately. By that, faith itself will help you to arising these attitudes automatically. And these attitudes are very helpful for having proper Guru devotion and also proper relationship. So I'm still so grateful to my childhood teacher. He taught me these 9 mental attitudes when I was 9 years old or 10 years old. So since then, it helped me to maintain a proper Guru devotion, and therefore one should learn them and understood them. So it is very clearly explained into the Tsongkhapa Lamrim Chimu. Someone willing to learn them, they should read the Lamrim Chimu. So the attitude of like dutiful child, and an attitude like unshakable diamond, and an attitude like earth, which can bear, which can afford to support any kind of things or weight. So these 3 are the basic, and the rest is how to behave when you are serving, you are working, you are obeying to your Guru. So when Guru gives so difficult things, you should have a strong mind as foothill, a mountain, and Guru asks you to do some difficult or some kind of lower rank of work, then you should have a mental attitude like a worldly servant or slave, having no ego, having no kind of proudness. Then if Guru gives a work which is generally considered to be doing by some lower stage of lower rank of people, then you should have the mindset like a sweeper. And then difficult and repetitive or time-consuming work, then you should have like a foundation or vehicle like mindset. And then Guru kind of treat you badly or showing unpleasant or anger, then you should have a mindset like a dog. And unending work which need to be repeated over and over again, then you should have a mindset like a ferry, like a ship. So this 9 metaphorical mental attitude is helpful and also necessary when you are serving the Guru, you are working under the instructions or directions of the Guru, then under the different situation, you have to adopt the different ways of mental attitudes. So this is these 3, the first, root of faith, and second, remembering, kindness, and the third, the 9 metaphorical mental attitudes. These are the how to have a Guru devotion, how to rely upon to the Guru mentally or in our thoughts. So this chapter is most important among all the chapters as far as the Guru devotion practice is concerned. Then the last chapter comes how to have a Guru devotion or rely upon Guru through practice in action. In that, the general sum up is whatever pleases the Guru, you should do that. Whatever displeases the Guru, you should not do that. This is Guru Panchik reference, as I mentioned before. And in this, the categorize 3 things: offering of material things, and serving physically or whatever it may be, to assist or to serve, and to obey, to do everything in accordance with the Guru's teaching. And in this, the exceptions, if a Guru demands to do something which is not in accordance to the Dharma, then how to refuse, how to explain you are not obeying to the Guru. And in these circumstances also, due to inappropriate instruction which you consider through your intelligence or through your wisdom not appropriate, and you need to explain to the Guru, you will not do this. But this kind of incident should not hamper to your basic faith, and it should not reduce or should not deteriorate your respect and your faith in the Guru. In this case also, one must consider that it might be some purpose which we are unable to understand. But according to disciples' own logic and wisdom, it is not within the limitations of the dharmic principles. So therefore, I need to refuse to obey. And this refuse does not amount to disrespect or which cause decrease of your faith and respect. So that shall also be taken appropriate care. So I think I have briefly touched all the matters, all the chapters which are related to Guru devotion. And Guru devotion is the basic foundation on which all the spiritual journey, particularly in the practice of Lamrim. So much care should be taken to cultivate the mind of Guru devotion in the very, very first stage. So I understand that you must be aware of the how to meditate on this, and what are the preparations before the meditation, and what are the way to practice in the period of meditation, and then how to do your behavior or your conduct in the in between the meditation periods, the Töntan Tunzam. So the 6 preparation dharma, you must have learned them. So when you meditate upon the Guru devotion, before meditation, you should complete the 6 preparation dharma, and then at the end, you should also do the dedication and the prayers. So by that way, your practice shall have a proper effect in the progress of your mindset. So at the end also, I must apologize for not able to give you appropriate information. As I mentioned right in the beginning, the limitations of my language skill, and more difficult this time is just talking to the camera, and I'm not accustomed, I'm not habitual to do this. So having no audience, and no one is listening to me, and I'm just talking to the camera, and it appears to me that talking to myself. So therefore, it is very difficult to compose my mind and to talk in a structured way. At many times, I lost my sequence because no one is visible as an audience. Nevertheless, according to your wish, according to your repeated request, I try to fulfill them as far as I could. So the time-wise also, my talk did not last for 1.5 hours, which is a usual schedule of time your courses, because having no audience, then things become shorter, and more scarcity of ideas. So I will stop here and wish you all good future, and I wish all your effort in the practice of Dharma, particularly in the Guru devotion, you get every success. And I also dedicate the merits of our discussion for the benefit of all sentient beings ultimately to get the enlightenment, the Buddhahood. And as I mentioned before, we need not consider ourselves as a teacher or taught or guru or disciple. We are just Dharma friends and discussing, sharing the informations together. So we have discussed about the subject of Guru devotion, or in other words, rely upon Guru. We discussed the subject into 5 points in order to have a structure. And among the 5 points, the most important is how to cultivate the faith or the devotion into the Guru, and how to rely upon the Guru. So in that matter also, in 2 points, 2 categories. First is how to cultivate the devotion in our thought or in our mind. And the second is how to translate then in our action, the Sambhya Tenzin and Gyütö Tenzin. So the rest of the points we discussed were necessary to create necessary conditions for having the devotion improper in our mind. The rely upon that Guru through our action is depend on how much we are able to cultivate the mindset and the mental attitude. So that is most important. And for that matter, the other points have been elaborately mentioned and discussed. And train the mind into the faith or into the confidence is termed as the root. And that is most important. And that's the most difficult part also. And we mentioned before, this also, there are 2 kinds of faith. The basic question is how to perceive the Guru as Buddha. And in that, the one way is whether the Guru is in reality Buddha or not a Buddha, but from one's own, the disciples' perception, we should see the Guru, we should view the Guru as Buddha. So in this, it is more depend on our mental attitude, and it's not depend on the reality, what the Guru is in reality, achieved the Buddha nature or not achieved Buddha nature. That is not a question. But from our side, we should perceive the Guru as Buddha. And this is a preliminary stage. For the beginners, it is more easy. And then if you have a kind of considering the Guru as Buddha from your viewpoint, whether the Guru is indeed Buddha or not Buddha, that is not a matter of analyzation or matter of inquiry. And in that also, to perceive the Guru as Buddha or to perceive the Guru as similar to Buddha. And in the first stage, we should cultivate, we should try to train the mind to see the Guru as equal or as like Buddha. So when this mind is properly cultivated in our mind, then the second stage we can go further, that not only seeing the Guru as equal to Buddha or similar to Buddha, but we perceive the Guru as Buddha. And the third stage is there's no question of the Guru is Buddha or not Buddha. In reality, the Guru is Buddha. So this final stage is that. So then, in that matter, people may raise the question how all the Gurus can be, in reality, being a Buddha. Because Buddhas always complete enlightened person, having omniscience and knowing everything, and having no faults. But the Guru, we can see many defects and faults. So for that, then we shall have to cultivate the mind that it is our shortage of our own conditioned mind. Our mind is conditioned through many circumstances, environment, cultural habits, or thereby we are in a conditioning stage. So therefore, we are seeing the defects, although the defects are not in reality exist on the part of the Guru. Even the Buddha Shakyamuni, in the form of Uttam Nirmakaya, the fourth Buddha, appeared in India as a historical Buddha. Many people cannot perceive him as a Buddha because just like Devadat was related to Shakyamuni Buddha, and right from the beginning till the end, he was not able to see anything good on the Shakyamuni Buddha after enlightenment or before Siddhartha. He always been as a competitor or always been considered as full of demerits and full of shortcomings. So this is not the real existence of shortcomings on the part of Shakyamuni Buddha, but it is the defect of the conditioning of the Devadat's mind. And therefore, we should understand how much our mind is untruthful. Whatever we see, whatever we conceive, whatever we perceive, need not necessarily based on the reality and the truth. So, as I mentioned before, there are many historical facts. People were not able to see the things as there are, as there is. So, this is in reality one of the Tibetan masters have said that if we consider our own bad karmic force and our own conditioning of mind, we are able to see our Guru as a human being is a quite good thing. We should consider it fortunate enough, and it is a good fortune for us that we are not seeing our Guru as dogs or donkeys. So, if we examine our own shortage of mindset and the conditioning, the force of negative karma, we might seem much lesser than a human being as our Guru. So therefore, we should not depend upon what things appear to us. So by this way, we should try to develop the mindset to perceive the Guru as equal to Buddha, and then later on as a Buddha, whether the Guru is Buddha or not, but we should perceive the Guru as Buddha. Then finally, the Guru is in reality Buddha, because he is the channel or the agent, the Buddha karma, the Buddha's grace to reach to us is through the Guru. Therefore, there's no way out. If he or if she, the Guru, is not in reality Buddha, then it cannot be an agent of Buddha. So by this way, gradually, we shall have to develop the faith by analytical meditation for long time, consistently. And if you analyze things properly, particularly when you see the shortcomings on your Guru, then you shall have to examine not the shortcomings of Guru, but examine your viewpoint, how you see them. Then usually you try to cultivate to see the good things, the positive things more, and to ignore the negative things as far as possible. By this way, your mental cultivation can grow. So this is to sum up what we discussed before. Now, one very important question many people used to raise in this matter. The question is like that: when we talking about the characteristic of a Guru, we discussed it in the first chapter, to define characteristic or the required qualifications for a Guru. And according to Sutra Alankar, we talk about the 10 qualities. And these 10 qualities are not a quality of Buddha nature, Buddhahood. These qualities can have by Bodhisattvas, by Charavakas, and all the people who are entered into the path of enlightenment or path of arahanthood, who are practicing the threefold education, the Shila, Samadhi, and Pragyan, and some attainment, some achievement in these practices, they can have the 10 qualities. And the question is, if Guru is to be considered or to be perceived as Buddha, then why the 10 qualities or whatever qualities, criteria for the Guru these qualities are not that of Buddha nature. These qualities can have by Bodhisattvas and by the Charavakas, Arahantas. So this is not to be taken like that. The qualities defined in this treatise is for the benefit of disciples who are before establishing discipleship to any guru. They should examine whether the guru is qualified or not. And in order to examine the guru, the qualities should be understandable, should be perceivable by the ordinary disciples. The qualities of a Buddha, most of the mental qualities of Buddha are not understandable, not comprehensible by ordinary people. Only Arya Portugals who have achieved the entered into the enlightened path and achieved at least the first stage of Bhumis, they can only, who knows the reality, the tathata, the shunyata by oneself, then only can comprehend the Dharmakaya or the Sambhogakaya or any other qualities of Buddha. So describing the qualities for a teacher in order to examine whether the person is right for taking as one's own guru, in that matter the qualities should be understandable by common people, by ordinary people, by any beginners. So therefore these are being described in that way. So therefore this should not be argued in the way that the 10 qualities are completely possessed by one person, but that person who are having these qualities need not be a Buddha. That's true. It is not describing as qualities of a Buddha. It is qualities of a person who is still in the path. So that is not describing the nature of the guru. It is describing a person to whom you are inspiring for taking as guru, that possesses these qualities or not. Then a person, as an ordinary person, who are not having the wisdom of direct perception of the reality, can also see or experience the qualities of the prospective guru. So therefore, this is not define the reality of the guru, but it is defined for an ordinary person to examine whether someone is right to be taken as a guru or not. So in that, this should not be misunderstood. So then, the second thing, how to rely upon or how to have guru devotion in practice. Once you have the basic faith and competence, either similar to Buddha or equal to Buddha or similar to Buddha, or in reality a Buddha, this faith will cause you to behave appropriately. Whatever the Guru have a wish, you can do, practice in accordance to that. So for that matter, one should read the biographies and history of the many persons who have real Guru devotion practiced in life, such as Acharya Narupad, and in Tibet, Milarepa, and in Buddha's time, the Bodhisattva Tatungu and Bodhisattva Norsang. These things you should read, and you should how they have practiced Guru devotion in their own life. So that will inspire you, and that will give you a kind of practical suggestion. So I thought to sum up our discussion on various topics of the Guru devotion, and I think I should recommend that one test of Lamrim, any Lamrim, which is available in your own language, and most probably the Lamrim Chimo, which is already available in English language. So read those texts over and over again, and to memorize the matter, the contents, and then sit down to meditate with full preparation, dhammas, and then prayers, and accumulation of good merit, and compassion of the negative karmic forces. Then, of course, you will be able to achieve whatever is mentioned in the treatises, in the Buddha's words, and in the commentaries. It is not unachievable. It appears to be unachievable in the beginning, but you do it constantly and you do it properly, you will achieve the things as desired. So I wish you all happy and prosper in your spiritual journey. And I again remember my friend, late Gyütö Rinpoche, who have been a lifelong friend right from the Gyütö Monastery and till he passes away. And I pray he will reincarnate soon and serve the humanity through Buddha Dharma. Thank you very much.